Hello and welcome back, dudes and dudettes. This is your guy, Light Liger here, as always. And today we are going to be talking about privacy tokens under Ethereum. And obviously the limelight is on DeFi right now. That's what everybody's focused on. Although there's a lot of innovation happening on Ethereum outside of DeFi, such as in layer 2 solutions, NFTs, NFT mining, privacy solutions, mixers, all kind of cool stuff. But they're not getting a lot of coverage right now because, as I said, this is the year of DeFi. Next year, I think we're going to be having a lot more focus on NFTs and also on layer 2 solutions. And maybe there will be also a cycle for privacy tokens or privacy coins in general. And in this video, we're going to be going through 4 different projects, which are very low gap, by the way, and very under the radar, so to speak. So it's kind of good time to basically get into these projects and start accumulating them now before they become and rise to their prominence. So let's get started with the first project, which is called Oxmonero. And I will be doing a full video on this project. Currently, they are still on very early stages. They are building on a lot of things, such as a token bridge to another blockchain, dApps and swaps and all types of things. So Oxmonero is actually a mineable token under Ethereum, and there's not really that many big mineable tokens under Ethereum. I guess OX Bitcoin is the biggest one, and that has been a pretty successful project in my opinion, by the way. But token mining is still kind of like a very niche thing. It might actually explode at some point, but due to how things are constructed on Ethereum, it can be a bit expensive to do. So maybe there will be some improvements on that space. But what is Oxmonero trying to do? So it's trying to be a mineable currency through solo mining. So OX Bitcoin is actually pooled mined. There's probably going to be a plans for pooled mining for Oxmonero in the future, but right now it's solo mining and it's also going to be private. So what is actually going to be doing? So it's going to be working with all Ethereum wallets and dexes. It's going to be built on Ethereum. There's going to be a fixed supply of 18.4 million, which is going to be mined. That is a pretty scarce number in my opinion, so it's lower than Bitcoin. So a value is there, and it's going to be using ZK Snarks and OX Mixers, and that's a product they're going to be pushing out later. And basically, here's also a guide how you can start to get mining and everything like that. Maybe in the future, I will be doing some type of a token mining video guide. And it's on a bunch of exchanges or decentralized exchanges where you can get it. I'm going to leave my links down below where you can get it. It's also on Mercatalks, which is coming soon. And there's also a bunch of wallets where it's also supported as of right now. So what are the things that they are building? So first of all, they have Chain Hub, which is basically interoperability solution for utilizing token bridges. As I was mentioning earlier, they are going to be working on possibly on multiple token bridges, so you can transfer the Oxmonero from, I think there was a talk with Tomo Chain and Syscoin, for example, so the bridges would go from those chains into Ethereum and possibly anything that is basically supporting bridges nowadays. So basically this allows you to enhance your privacy, allows you to trade much more cheaper outside of Ethereum, and also gives you more that flexibility for having that token being valuable or tradable in case something happens to a one chain. So I like token bridges a lot, actually, and I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of that in the future. Then there's the OX miner, and basically, mixer, not miner. Basically, this allows you to mix these things, and there's no gas being used, and it's going to be very interesting technology. It's not out yet. It's currently under development, but it's coming out soon. And then there's the OX Lock, which is a hardware wallet that they are building, and that is also going to be like, a hardware option to store your things. And then there's the OX Dex, which is also in the development, coming out in the future. And then they also have a casino implementation. Right now you can play on Oracle games. I'm gonna leave my link down below. a very popular casino that has a lot of different altcoins, by the way, which you can play with on the casino. So it's a pretty great alternative. I guess we can take a very quick look. So there's free trial here, referral programs, slots, slot machines, roulettes. There's going to be also a big update on this one. I think they are rebranding this one basically, but a very, very good one. It's also provably fair. But let's move on into, yeah, and pretty much there's also going to be Eternal Casino implementation, which is coming out soon, and that's going to be also, actually it's already out as well. So basically 2 places where you can play with Oxmonero as of right now. But let's move into our next project, which is Sudaruzu. I don't think that's probably how to pronounce it. There's a Japanese name. I'm not sure. I have to look for the translation. And what they are building actually is many things, but they are building privacy-based smart contracts. So, and also DeFi stuff. And Sudaruzu also has a staking available for the tokens, so you can buy them and stake them on their platform, and you will be getting, I think that is going through a layer 2 or something like that. And I actually have some because they had an airdrop earlier, and basically you can just stake them there and get like daily returns in terms of staking based on the amount you have. And basically what they're building is confidential transactions supporting smart contracts. So when I interact with a smart contract, I will have anonymity and confidential maybe between 2 parties. So that is a very exciting thing. So people don't know who interacted with the smart contract. Maybe they see the timestamp or something like that, but they don't have the full knowledge of which person actually did that. And this one also, as I talked about, there's the staking pools. There's also a DAO, which is an autonomous, system, and it's also using ZK consnarks. I'm not a big expert on all of these different privacy algorithms and ZK snarks and all of these things, so you might want to consult a privacy expert on that, but these are still like pretty good privacy features while they may not be like 100% like private. So there's a level of privacy, and they are different on different levels. Like some chains, for example, protect the transactions being private, but maybe like in Monero, the actual mine blocks are not private, so that is not a public information. And there is, they talk about, I think, like you can play with Sudar token, you can pay the gas fees. That's interesting. And that's where kind of like utility comes from. And then there's the governance. And they have a roadmap here which talks about cross-chain with BTC. That also looks very interesting. Sutar virtual machine, Neo, Theta, Eldron. This is very exciting and very looking forward to a lot of the stuff that they are building, and they have been around since late 2019. And I already bought a bag today. For once, I do a video where I actually buy the coins before launching the video. Usually I do it afterwards. But once again, a very interesting project, and it does actually have a fairly sizable community. And next up we have DXDAO, and I did talk about this on a recent video about DeFi tokens, and they are building different things, which one of them is a DeFi. So this isn't like 100% DeFi project, but it's anonymizing assets. And they have built out the MixEth, which is a mixer on Ethereum, which allows you to basically, I believe, let's actually look. Does it support everything outside of Ethereum? Yeah, there's multiple tokens being supported here, and it's going to be launching at some point. So basically it allows you to mix out Ethereum and tokens and earn interesting, even on interest services on DeFi, you can use this protocol. So very, very interesting. And this one has seen a lot of price jumps. It was at over $200. Then it dropped into $130, and that's when I was thoughting like maybe I should buy now. But then it went up again. It's now $200 again. Last time I checked, at least. So very interesting project, and I think this one has a lot of value. Very low gap at the moment, and has a very low supply, like 100,000. That's why it's priced at like over $200 right now, because it's such a scarce token. And as a final project, we have OffShift. And this one I literally learned about like 2 days ago. And they are basically building a public and a private protocol. And there's many things that they are doing, which is, the token is, by the way, out now, a tradable ERC20 token. And then they have ZK assets, which are private, stable, valued ZK ERC20 tokens. So pegged into dollar. So basically private dollars. And that's a very interesting thing what they're building on. So there's a public side and there's a private side to the ecosystem. And so the value can pretty much move from side to side. And the incentive is basically to construct and encourage storaging on the private side through staking returns, basically. And there's also, where here's a bit of the tokenomics of this. And this is probably the token you're going to be staking. In exchange, you will be probably getting the... so they actually have stable coins for USD, BTC, and Ethereum. That's pretty cool. And there's also a roadmap here. So this is a very, very new project, guys. So you are learning about this. And there's a white paper. I guess we can take a very quick look at it. It's already on Uniswap and other swapping sites. And there's going to be a token distribution and DEX listing happening Q3. Oracle's integration, is that going to be Chainlink or Band protocol? We don't know. That's going to be interesting. And there's going to be Rinkeby testnet on Q4 and release of the economic model in, Q1. So this is a like more long-term project. They have the roadmap, as you can see, it's happening on very, very far away. And on terms of the road, let's see kind of the white paper. Yeah, there's some cool stuff here. You have to always look into how much material there is on the white papers. That's where you can kind of get a bit of an idea what's all about. I think they know their shit here. It looks pretty professional to me. And it's, all the oracles in space. And oracles are really good for determining stable assets like the dollar. So so the prices of the dollar don't inflate and stuff like that. So and here's a bit of the process of the IPFS. Okay, interesting. And then you can swap it ZFT to the USD. And there's a burning process, which means a minting process. So it's switching the tokens around. And here's a bit of the supply tokenomics, token sale, liquidity, team. Pretty high team back, not gonna lie, but it's what it is. And development, and there's the marketing and all that, staking. And yeah, it's looking very interesting. So the staking of tokens are probably going to be in a smart contract, and they're going to be distributed to the stakers. But that's pretty much my rundown of these 4 interesting privacy protocols. There are a lot of projects also being built on like ASDEC, which is like a protocol, but it doesn't have any actual like tokens, so you can't invest in it. But this is also a very, very interesting project which could become very like viable smart contract way to, or second layer basically on Ethereum to cut the fees down and also do private transactions. But I'm gonna leave the exchange links down below, and I will probably do some full videos on some of these projects in the future, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys next time.